Hi guys, welcome to another edition of GamingNight. This video is basically for Gina Giannetti, or also known as the Holla Chick. I'll put a link in the description. She wanted to know if I ever did any tabletop role-playing games, and the answer to that is yes, I have. When I was in high school, I was big on Dungeons and Dragons, and because I played it with a friend in high school that got me into it. But during that time that I got into it is when D&D was getting a lot of backlash, and was kind of going away. So it was really hard to find it. It wasn't until I went to a grad sale and got me that. But anyways, so I dabbled in the second edition a lot. I really enjoyed the second edition. That's the edition I grew up. I didn't really care for some of the newer editions that came out. I did dabble in GURPS. GURPS was pretty good too. I had another friend that did GURPS, and then I had another friend that did Riffs. So those were other ones that I did play. I never ran. Second edition is what I usually ran, and it was not with a lot of people. It was just a few friends. But then towards my junior and senior year in high school, I read a lot of the Dragon magazine, and all of a sudden there was this role-playing game that basically lets you be whatever you wanted to be, and it was crazy. And you played cartoon characters. Well, the name of the game here is Toon the Cartoon RPG by Steve Jackson Games, who is I know him now as the creator of Munchkin and Ogre and a few other games that board games that we still play today. But the Toon really fit the bill. It worked well, and I did some dabbling with that in college. I was doing a lot of making. I had a website up when I had a web page class. I had nothing but Toon, and it was dedicated everything I'd done, created for it. And then I got a lot of really good feedbacks. In fact, the creator, Steve Jackson, liked it so much he linked it on his pet, and I got an award for it. Now it's down because college I was going to kind of, I wasn't going there, and they terminated it. So all the work that I did is gone, and I have nothing else to. You can't find anything. But some of the stuff that I came up with that was a lot of people liked was there was the Titanic Toon, and you basically were on the Titanic as Toon characters, and depending on how you played it, the Toons would either prevent the Titanic from actually hitting the iceberg, or destroy the Titanic before it even got a chance to hit the iceberg. Because it's like some of the Toon models, one of the characters was insinkable, indestructible. You say, I'll prove that it's not. And, they had some of the mentality, and there was you'd have other things that would come in because it's Toon, like Squidzilla, a giant squid that would destroy the Titanic, or try to destroy the Titanic. UFOs, a whole bunch of other stuff. That just random stuff, and it was a big adventure, huge map, and everything was on the website at the time. And then the other one that was you'd play. It was basically Smurfs versus Gargamel, but it was basically more as revenge on the Smurfs, because they always would triumph over Gargamel. But this one was actually where Gargamel had the upper hand and actually could would win, pretty much, if either the animator, as they call them, would let it happen. And then I created a whole new gadgets and stuff for the game players to pick up. A whole bunch of other stuff too. I even had a character generator on there. You could basically put all the information in. It would save it in a form, and then you could print it out. But the problem with that was it wasn't saving the files, because the stupid program we were using the teacher wanted us to use you create the form, you have to do everything it's supposed to do, put it in the file directory, so you just basically would have to make the character and then print it out, you know, and it would never get saved on my directory, which was a shame because it was pretty cool. Like, you could, you know, do all this fancy stuff to get you put a picture in there, and it was really cool, but then, you know, I had some tune sessions, you know, recorded on YouTube here, with my nephew. He was in on them, and this is one of the very few RPGs my fiance actually never played RPGs before, and she tried the others like D&D. It was too much, so I told her, I'll tell you what, sure, let's try Tune. I'll let you try this one. And it was a hit with her, because you could do whatever you wanted to do. There was no logic. There was no, you know, you could basically, you can't die. I mean, you could. So all that time building a character up and your character dies, is this one's the exact opposite. You're expected to die. I mean, it's almost like, you know, you do something stupid every turn, or you fail your rolls immensely. So, but yeah, I'm bringing Tune back again. My niece wants to play, so we're going to do some test adventures just to get her comfortable, and I'll probably film that when her first game session or so, or second, maybe her second, doing a live feed, and so you guys can see what Tune's like. But yeah, pretty much it's very light game. It's a serious DMer's nightmare if you like to plan every little detail out. Like, if you had this beautifully crafted game, you know, like a huge like cool little scene, and then like it's kind of like, you know, you like go in like I don't know if you guys ever seen the it's called The Gamers, the first one, or Darkness Rising, or the first one. I don't know if Darkness Rising is the first one or if it was the other one, but anyways, if you haven't checked those out, but it's kind of like you're trying to tell a story, and like all of a sudden it's like the villain's doing like a spiel, and all of a sudden you just like, oh, you just kill him before he gets to finish his spiel, or it's like, forget saving the princess, let's all go off somewhere else and do this instead. So it's kind of like you basically like for example, one of the episodes we had where they all started on Earth trying to save the save the planet from getting destroyed, and somehow the character decided to experiment with some potions and things like bottles. It's, you know, someone said drink me on it, someone says please do not drink, and they were mixing them up, and they literally got warped to outer space, and in the middle of absolutely nowhere. It was not, the potions weren't in the story, it just, they made a roll that would automatically let them find something, so they found this chemistry set and they started playing with it. So obviously, after the roll, I've made a roll because they created a teleportation potion, and I had to roll where they teleported it to. I could choose, but it's funnier if you let the game do it for you randomly. So they ended up in outer space in some unknown planet, and the adventure picked up right where that. So then you're trying to figure out how to get the other players on there. So you're like, you know, but it's you can say, oh, they teleported with them, or you could have them figure out where the player went. So there's a lot of flexibility there. So, I mean, just to give an example of stuff that can happen in the game, there is general random events. You could get a parade goes by, pennies from heaven fall, very hungry termites invade and eat all the wood in the place. Then you can have actual endings, apocalyptic big finish. This is what you could use if you can't think of how to end the story. So you roll some dice. You roll 2 dice, and one number is the big number, one's the small number. And for example, the projection lamp burns out. Characters are stumble around in the dark. Or main villain breaks into tear, cries, "I can't take this anymore," and gives up. Good guys win. So I mean, there's really a lot of randomness involved, and that's what I like about it. So, anyways, I'll put some links of our other game sessions down below, and like with the intro, all that, a few of them that I thought were a lot of fun, just to kind of give you guys the idea of what Toon is like. And we'll be doing a live feed of Toon soon. So, sorry with this long, lengthy video. I just wanted to address Gina Giannetti's question in a more of a video, and to those that aren't sure, her channel is the Holla Chick, so I'll put a link to that in the bottom like I said before, so you guys can check her channel out. So, but that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'll see you guys next video. Hopefully it'll upload will be the Hot Rod Creeps for you guys. So thanks for watching.